Hi, everybody. 12 Days of Christmas live at night with me. I've got my wine. I hope you have something to drink as well. It's probably afternoon there for you guys, but it's really, really late for me. And I promised myself that I would try to do the 12 Days of Christmas on my channel after talking to one of my number one subscribers, my friend Ivana. This was a little while ago. We were talking about how sometimes it's hard because you love YouTube and you love checking in with your YouTube creators, but also sometimes there's just so much bad stuff going on YouTube. Hi, Adriana. Ivana, I was just talking about you. Good to see you. So Ivana and I were talking about how sometimes it gets really tiring that there's negative all the time, right? Especially on YouTube and on social media. Hi, Espresso Dragon. Great to see you. I'm literally just doing a quick live and I'm calling it the 12th day of Christmas. I'm going to do 12 of these. Now, I might do 3 in one day because I'm not very good at sticking with it. Ivana and Adriana, I'm so glad both of you are here. I hope you'll play a game with me if you can, if you have time. If not, I'll play it by myself. I really don't care. But I'm so glad to see all of you. We are doing day number 12. It's all about things that I love, things that make me happy. Ivana says, I'm so happy to be here. Love you. I love you too. You're one of those people. You and Adriana are always here. Espresso, we are grateful to have you here as well. Okay. So this is something fun. Get a drink, maybe too early for you, but I'm going to take a quick sip. All right, we are talking about the 80s. I love the 80s. Okay, the 80s have become a big part of my life again. What is it, 40 years later now? Because for whatever reason, as soon as we moved to Africa, my son became obsessed with the 80s, right? He has become totally enamored with it. And it had to do with him playing a video game. He played a video game and one of the levels was Plants vs. Zombies in the 80s, okay? And they played a lot of 80s music and the people were dressed up like rappers and also wearing a lot of classically 80s clothes. And he was just he started coming to me out of nowhere, you guys. And I'm not making this up. I didn't even know about the video game at this point in time, but he would literally be in tears and he was like, Mom, were you alive in the 80s? And I was like, yeah, I was. And he's like, oh my God, it's just so much nostalgia. And it's really hard for me to know that I will never have lived in the 80s. And I'm not kidding. That's exactly how he was about not having been born in the 80s. Thank you. Jack is really cute. Yes, the 1980s. That's her favorite era. And thank you, Adriana. I know you've always been around. Thank you. All right. So he's so into it. I've tried to do the 80s, the basement kind of more 80s. Some of his room has 80s stuff. We started buying 80s Legos. We're doing the best we can for him. And I decided that for the 12th day of Christmas, I was going to share my love of the 80s with you. I'm going to share I think there's a couple scenes I wanted to show you first. And then after that, we're going to do this little game that I came up with that was guess the 80s movie or show. And I just want to see who's quickest to guess it in the chat. If not, then I'll guess it myself because I love this shiznit. All right, let's get started. I might make it big. Maybe that would be more fun for people. This. Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to take Adriana's comment down so we can see it a little bit better, even though I love her comment. All right, let's get started.
Bloodsucker.
No!
So you think you're an 80s fan? Okay, CC DeVille, can you handle this?
Ooh, baby, I think I love you from head to toe.
Push it real good.
It's I Love the 80s.
I love Salt and Pepper. Hi, Carol Stewart. It's so good to see you. So I know, I think it was on MTV maybe that they did these, or maybe it was VH1, all these I Love the 80s videos. And that's the beginning of one of them. They're really cool. I love them. You can find them on YouTube. So when we're done with this, you can run over and go have a whole 80s nostalgia time by yourself in the bathroom. I'm just kidding. But I am so into those, videos. But I also wanted to do my own thing. Let me show you a short video. This is an AI video I found for Jack on TikTok that he went crazy about. Oh, to be a kid in the 80s. And let me know, were you a kid, an adult, a teen in the 80s? I was a kid in the 80s. Don't be ashamed. And if you don't want to share your age, then it's fine too. Just take another sip of wine. Okay, let's take a look. Height. And here we go. Oh, to be a kid in the 80s.
Couldn't survive a day back then. Growing up in the 80s was the best generation. We would actually go outside and have fun. Having to sit inside all day was our punishment.
Back in the 1980s, when you got in trouble, you had to sit in detention for hours. And then when you got home, that was a different story.
Back then, not everyone had enough money to have video games, so you would find quarters to go play at the arcade.
No Google, no lyrics app. If we wanted the words, we unfolded this little map and prayed it wasn't ripped. Could you survive without speed dial? Yeah, you had to spin the whole number, and if you messed up one digit, you start all over. We were built different. If you crashed on your bike or skateboard, you just needed a good laugh, a cold drink, and back we went to having fun. Your contact list is what, like 200 names? Ours was hundreds of pages. If you're
Okay, Espresso says these videos always make me cry. It really was a better time. Okay. You're exactly like my son. Because when he watched this, he already started crying. Okay, so that's number one. You and my son have a lot in common, which is awesome. And then number two, what I am doing when I watch all this, and this is for you out there too, if you want to join me, is I'm thinking about the people that I had the most fun with in the 80s. For me, it's my grandparents. We lived in a house like this. All kinds of crazy stuff was going on. They're not here anymore, and that's really hard for me at the holidays. But for this entire video, I'm going to picture that they're watching this video with me, and they're like reminiscing with me about it, because the 80s was a great time. And it's awesome on the 12th day of Christmas to just remember, like, there are things that are gone from our lives, but we can still reminisce about it, right? Like, I was showing Jack some pictures from the 80s, and I was like, yeah, this is really how we lived back then.
rush move. Good luck. You're flipping through this monster. The best summertime games of tag were played here, and the best part are, parents just told us to be home by dark.
So tell me, would you survive back then? Or does that sound too hard?
And of course, Jack was like, I would absolutely survive back then, but it's just so nostalgia and I'll never be able to go. And then we watched Back to the Future, and that was really hard for him too, because he was like, do you think they'll ever really be able to have a car that travels back in time? Because he really wants to go to the 80s. Okay, let's see what Carol has to say. Because of no high school in my area, I had to leave home in September of 1984 at 14 to go continue my education. Oh, wow. Left on a Sunday and went home on Friday. Wow. I wonder where you lived. I know, that's interesting to me. I just know some people who lived on Smith Island. This is like off the coast of Maryland. And I remember they had to do that because there was no high school on the island. So they had to go to the mainland. They were able to go to middle school on the island and then mainland for high school, and it was crazy. Okay, we're getting ready to start. Guess that 80s movie or show. All right, let's see if you know any of them. Some of them are cartoons because I watched like the cartoons back then. Some of them are like my favorite movies of all time. Jack has watched almost all of these and he is obsessed with them. So this 12th day, it's really dedicated to my boy, Jack. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to put your comment down, Carol. Here we go.
Rainbow bright, see the shining light. Yes, I'm gonna take you to Rainbow Bright. Starlight flies right before your eyes, and rainbow colors will cheer you up. Magic light, come on, take it for a ride. Rainbow bright, see the shining light. Yes, I'm gonna take you to Rainbow Bright.
This is one of my favorite cartoons from the 80s. I was a kid back then. I wanted to be Rainbow Bright, and recently my daughter told me that she'll be Rainbow Bright next Halloween, which I was so excited about. Espresso, Ivana, you got it. Espresso was first, though. Great job. I still really love Rainbow Bright. I'm so excited that my daughter is into shit like this. She loves like Rainbow Bright, Hello Kitty, like a lot of stuff that I had in the 80s, and it just makes me happy. This is a good year for me. you know, my kids are in interesting places where they like to, you know, talk about the 80s with me. Let's see. Adriana says Rainbow Bright and the ponies were so my brother. May he rest in peace. Yeah. The My Little Ponies are really cute too. I didn't put them in here, but they're one of my favorite things from the 80s. I love Rainbow Bright. Let me turn her on again. I might mute her while she plays. Yeah. Can you still hear me? I hope you can. Okay, we're going to guess. So you guys got Rainbow Bright. I love old cartoons too, Ivana. And I was kind of curious if you would know them because you're from a different country. Okay, so this is interesting to me because, right, it depends on where you were born and where you were living. And I know it's not going to be like the same for everyone, but I'm glad that you knew Rainbow Bright. That is really cool. You are a cool one in my book. I'm glad that all of you knew it. Let's see. Your kids are at a funny age, kid. Yeah, they really are. I mean, my daughter's doing middle school, so it's a little hard, but she's still being pretty cool. Okay, you got to guess this next 80s movie or show. I think I know. I think I remember what it is, and I think you guys will get it. All right, let's see.
I brought you a special present.
What is it? A book?
This is a special book. It was the book my father used to read to me when I was sick, and I used to read it to your father. And today, I'm going to read it to you.
I'll try and stay awake.
Wesley had no money for marriage, so he packed his few belongings and left the farm to seek his fortune across the sea.
I got to pause. I didn't think you guys would get it that fast because I kind of forgot that the whole story is a story told by a grandfather. We're going to watch a little bit more of it. I really loved Princess Bride. Ivana, I know you type slowly, so I'm giving you extra credit. You're the best. Everybody did great. Let's watch a little bit more of it, and then I'm interested to see if you know the next one. I loved Princess Bride. I really did.
The law of the land gave Humperdinck the right to choose his bride.
The fabric will make the prince suspect the Guildarians have abducted his love.
You never say anything about killing anyone.
I just happened to look behind us and something is there.
He's obviously seen us with the princess and must therefore die. Pick up one of those rocks, get behind the boulder. The minute his head is in view, hit it with the rock!
I was not a sportsman.
Remember this guy? He passed away like shortly after this from congenital problems, but I love seeing him on camera.
I've got my country's 500th anniversary to plan, my wedding to arrange, my wife to murder. I'm swamped.
All right, and I love that. Inconceivable. Yeah, that was just a great movie. They could never redo it. They should never redo that movie. It could never be better than what it was. Okay, I know there's a couple, especially the last one. I don't believe you guys will get the last one at all, but I can't remember what this next one is. So let's take a look. Andre the Giant. You're right, Carol. That's right. Yeah. Andre the Giant, we left him back in the 80s, but I know he's watching this show with us right now. I really believe that. I believe this could, the universe, there's people out there, they're still with us. So it's good to do this together. I'm glad that you guys are here. All of my favorites are here. Oh, I know you guys will get this one. This is Jack's favorite so far. Other than Ghostbusters. He also loves Ghostbusters.
Hey, Mike found the map!
One-Eyed Willie! My dad told me all about him. See, One-Eyed Willie stole treasure once, and then he got into this cave, and he's been there ever since. Trapped. You guys, just what if this map could lead to One-Eyed Willie's rich stuff? I'm setting booty traps!
You mean booby traps?
That's what I said! Booby traps!
I want to go home.
Don't say that! Goonies never say die!
I'm shocked, Espresso. You knew all the other movies, but you have not seen Goonies. It's one of the best movies. It's definitely Goonies. Yeah, One-Eyed Willie. When you watch some of these, oh my God. when we watch some of these 80s movies, we're like, we can't believe the shit they're saying, the stuff they're showing. It's crazy. We can't believe they showed it to kids back then. Like One-Eyed Willie, you know, I mean, just some of this stuff, I'm like, wow. And I never got it. And my kids are watching it now with me, and I'm just like, whatever. But I love that movie. I think it's a great movie. They say they're going to redo it or like do a Goonies 2. I think I could deal with the Goonies 2, but a lot of the other movies I can't. I'm so proud of you guys. I was like, nobody's going to know any of these movies and I'll be alone. Thank you for playing. We have a couple more, and then we're going to talk about like some stuff that I remember from the 80s that I got like TikToks of, like the JCPenney catalog. And then we're done. Okay, let's see. Espresso. My parents were super conservative, so most of the 80s I didn't watch till the 90s. I get that. Mine were the opposite. Like, just as long as I was alive, it was okay. Ivana, Katie, you're making my day. I'm laid up because I sprained my foot. I know. I don't know if I saw your message about it. I know that you sprained your foot, so I must have seen a message. I want you to know that I don't respond to a lot of messages on Facebook anymore because of the stalking. You have no idea how bad it's been. But I do see messages, and I do really, you know that I appreciate you. I should get over there and start getting through the messages and actually responding to people. But I've had to shut myself down because of that stalking, you know, but I don't care because now I'm here in Africa and I get to talk to you guys about the 80s. Okay. All right. So let's go do the next one. I can't remember what the next one is, so I can't say much about it. Let's see what happens. All right. So this is a show, not a movie. Let's see who can get it first.
Good morning. Welcome to Strawberry Land. You can't see it. Oh, just a dot on the map. Finest strawberries this side of the rainbow. The personal strawberry patch of Miss Strawberry Shortcake. She lives in a shortcake. Now that sounds like fun. And she tends to a farm through the rain and the sun.
Wait a minute. Teletubbies? No. Yes, Carol Stewart, Strawberry Shortcake. Teletubbies is the best answer ever, though. Yes, Adriana, Strawberry Shortcake. I didn't know if everyone would get it. I loved Strawberry Shortcake. I loved her because my family, like, we were really poor, but I had so much, like, from yard sales, like, used Strawberry Shortcake stuff. I had a plastic strawberry, and you would open it like a suitcase, and it was like a house inside, and Strawberry Shortcake and all our little friends could be in it, and they smelled, Strawberry Shortcake smelled like strawberry. I can smell her to this day, and I miss that so much. Teletubbies had the creepy son. That's right. I did that. I was like, I knew you meant Teletubbies, but I thought it was funny. It was Teletubbies. Okay, so that was funny. It's going to go through a little bit longer. I really loved Strawberry Shortcake. She meant so much to me, and I had a Strawberry Shortcake dress. All my stuff was like hand-me-downs, but that one was like so nice. And I was just like so proud of being a Strawberry Shortcake girl. Let's see. It's the best smell. Yeah, it was. And Ivana, I'm so glad your kids love that show too. Okay, this will finish and then we'll go on to the next one.
That's Custard, her calico cat on the floor. But we'll let them both sleep for just a dream more. Now, there's lots of other little...
I just want to say I tried so hard to make my daughter's room like that. When we were in Mexico, she had like strawberries all over the wall. I'm like obsessed with carrying out things from my childhood, my dreams of having a room like that. I did it for my daughter, and I think she was kind of like, okay. But I was like, isn't this awesome?
Berry folk. Shucks, they're all sleeping too. We'll meet them later.
Okay, this is one of my favorite characters, and that's why I let it go on for so long. I wanted to show this guy, and then it'll move on to the next show.
Uh-oh. Somebody's awake. Yep. It's that ornery, mean, and miserable, silly old sneak, the peculiar purple pie man of Porcupine Peak.
I love the peculiar Color Purple Pie Man of Porcupine Peak. I love how the son always rhymed that in the beginning. It's one of my favorite childhood memories. I loved Strawberry Shortcake. I'm so glad you guys knew who it was. We're moving on to the next. I'm pretty sure this is a movie coming up. If this is the movie I think it is, I'm so excited. Let's see. Because there are a couple of movies in here that are like some of my favorite movies of all time, but I feel like nobody knows about them. So I'm really excited to see if any of you know about them. Yep, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Totally underrated. I am so angry. I'm pissed that this movie didn't take off and become like one of the most well-known movies of all time. I am extremely curious if any of you have any idea what it is. But I believe once you see this, you're going to be like, I need to go back and watch that. Okay, let's take a look.
You mentioned something about a tiger.
A lion. A cowardly lion.
And he could talk, too, like the Scarecrow and the Tin Man?
Remember how we spoke?
Not to talk about us. Because it's just my imagination.
Okay, Adriana says The Labyrinth. That was a great guess. That's not it. No, that's fine. I don't even know how to spell. I didn't even know you spelled it wrong. So don't worry. That's not it. Let's go a little bit further. If you haven't seen this, Adriana, you need to see it. You got to be kidding me. All right, let's go a little further.
Just how did you get back from Oz?
You put them on, and you clicked the heels 3 times. And then you said, there's no place like home.
I know you don't want to go to the doctors, but you just haven't slept the night right through since the tornado.
This electrical marvel will make it possible for you to sleep again.
And them. My friends are in trouble. I know it.
We're in trouble, Dorothy.
Okay, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I can't believe that most people haven't seen it. Okay, Ivana went with Wizard of Oz, which I totally get. Yes, it's related to the Wizard of Oz, but Espresso was right. It's actually called Return to Oz, and it is one of the most amazing. It's a book that was made into a movie. It's the second part of Wizard of Oz when Dorothy goes home to live with Auntie Em, and I'm not kidding you. Listen to this. Auntie Em decides that she's mentally ill, so she takes her to an insane asylum where she's held and given electric shocks. I'm not kidding you. And this was a kid's movie back in the 80s, given electric shocks until she's so frightened that she runs out of the mental institution, falls into a river, floats downstream, and ends up back in Oz. Once she's in Oz, some of the scariest creatures you have ever seen have taken over the city. And I'm not effing kidding you. You need to watch this movie. We're going to watch the rest of the trailer and then we're close to the end of the videos.
There's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby.
This is Oz, my friends, totally destroyed by the Wheelers, the most wicked, scariest, most arch nemesis I've ever known. I used to have horrible nightmares about them all through the 80s. I can't believe my family was like really absent. I mean, they were wonderful, but like, you know, I was doing my own thing. I watched TV in the basement and I watched this movie and I was terrified after it because the Wheelers have taken over Oz and there's a woman who removes her head and puts a new one on and people are chasing down Dorothy and she's just trying to get away from the mental institution Auntie Em left her at. And it was a kid's movie and it was amazing. And I fell in love with the pumpkin head from this movie. You've got to see it and tell me if you love him as much as I do.
They've all been turned to stone. The
Oh my God, Carol, look at this. Okay, first off, let me say, look at what's written on the wall of the Emerald City. Beware the Wheelers. They're so scary. Okay, Carol says, I went to the movie. Maybe I was just overtired, but I fell asleep right there in the theater. Were you an adult, Carol? Because right now, if I had to go to a kid's movie, I would fall asleep immediately. It wouldn't matter how good it was. I would just be there for my kids and I would fall asleep in the chair. So if you were an adult, I totally understand.
Where the Wheelers? I don't remember them.
Those are the Wheelers, and they are creepy as hell.
I haven't done anything to you.
Isn't that a stolen lunch pail in your hand? Isn't that a chicken in there with you? Chicken! The Gnome King doesn't allow chickens anywhere in the house.
I'm going to skip, but you have to see the movie. Carol Stewart says, I was 15 and you fell asleep in the movie theater. It's a great movie. People need to watch it. It was crazy and it was amazing. It's like an acid trip, but it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, let's go on to the next one. And I promise we're getting towards the end. Maybe too many, but like I was really into it when I made this.
Somebody call for a carpenter?
That's my wife's department.
Mrs. Grant Staten III
Grant, I'm on the phone!
always knew what she wanted,
I'm not paying for your mistake.
and she always got it.
You haven't got a single thing on this earth to do except for your hair.
She had power.
This is my favorite Goldie Hawn movie. And this is when she met her husband and they're still together. Who can you say that about in Hollywood? Goldie Hawn is still with this guy. I'm so happy. It is called Overboard. And I don't know about you, but it's one of my favorite movies. Sometimes when I'm down, like in college when I was really stressed out, I had like a tape and I remember I had brought a TV with a VCR in it. That was like a huge deal back then that I had one. And I would pop this tape in and watch it. I love Overboard with Goldie Hawn.
Taste.
Ugh. What is this gelatinous muck?
Style.
Are you going to bring me my lemon or do I have to squeeze it from my hat?
And amnesia.
Seems a miss.
That's how I feel too, Yvonne. I really love that movie. Let's see what's next. Oh, you all know this one.
Hi, I'm Hugs. And I'm Tugs. Have you ever had nothing to do? Yeah, like when you're stuck inside the house on a rainy day. Well, we found out that there's a little beast that causes this. His name is the Beast of Boredom, and he came to visit us one day.
I love Care Bears. Okay, that one was easy, but I did love Care Bears. I actually loved the stuff to play with more than the show itself, but I loved it. And to this day, Aubrey wears a ton of Care Bears, and I'm so excited that she loves them. Carol. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Carol. I needed that. Care Bears. I had Rainbow Bear. Yeah, I had a couple of them. They were a little messy. Okay, one thing I hated about Care Bears is their bellies were white. Do you remember this espresso? And mine kept getting like stains on their bellies. Like, I guess I was not very clean because I'd be like, what the heck is this on their belly? Like something red. I'd be like really annoyed with myself. All right, let's do the next one. I think we're almost done.
The residents of 8.
Okay, this is the last one. And I believe no one will know this movie. And if you don't know it, you should watch it, and you should watch it with your kids because it's really cool. It's a really good movie. I know that I said that I know Return to Oz is my favorite, but it's my favorite because it's so weird. This isn't as weird. It was like a really cool, feel-good movie. And I want to see if anybody knows what it is. I still love the Private Benson. I love that. Okay, here we go.
17 East 8th Street are about to lose everything they have.
What do you mean those tenants are still in there?
Tonight. I'll have them out by tonight.
Nothing in this world can save them. Nothing but a miracle. Steven Spielberg presents a Matthew Robbins film.
Welcome to America. Spaceships from a very small planet. Very small. This is history. Machines that reproduce themselves.
I like being a family again.
What the hell is that?
It's them, the little guys.
I don't know.
Okay, so I see that Carol guessed Fame and Ivana guessed Ghostbusters. Neither one of those are right. This is called Batteries Not Included. And it's about like this big apartment complex where all the people inside of it are having a lot of hard times. Like this elderly couple, the woman has some form of Alzheimer's and she's not responding as well to them anymore. And then these tiny little battery like robots show up. I don't remember why they're there. Like, I don't know where they come from, but they bring everyone together and they pull the woman out of her Alzheimer's. And it's just absolutely adorable. We'll watch a little more of it. And then we're just going to go through some clips of stuff I love from the 80s. And I just wanted to see if you guys remember it. And then we're done with the 12th day of Christmas. So here we go. Let's watch a little more. Batteries Not Included. Check it out. It's a really cute movie.
How you got here? Oh, why you picked us?
Somebody's helping them. Somebody's bringing them together.
Is that why you're here?
Batteries Not Included, starring Hume Cronin and Jessica Tandy.
Remember this? Well, Wonder Bread's over.
Okay, Ivana says she did see it. Yeah, Little Gizmo. Yes. Yes. Okay, you remember. Okay, great. Okay. Yes, I loved Batteries Not Included. It's such a heartfelt movie, especially because that woman just like just tears at my heart. That elderly woman that was in a lot of movies back then. And in this movie, she has like Alzheimer's, and Gizmo and all the other little robots like pull her out of her slump. And then at the end, they like fix up the apartment. I don't know if they're from like outer space or something, but they are so cute. It's an absolutely adorable little movie. People should watch it. Okay, the 80s. I wanted to talk about some stuff that I love from the 80s. We're going to see a couple clips of them. I wanted to bring up Wonder Bread. Okay, Wonder Bread, it was huge for me in the 80s because, you know, I lived with my grandparents. They didn't have a lot of money, but we had this store down the road. It was like, I would liken it to like a corner store, like a 7-Eleven, but it was entirely Wonder Bread products. I swear I never see stores like that anymore, but I used to have to walk down there and just get Wonder Bread all the time. I love Wonder Bread. It's white bread. It's bad for you. It tastes so good. Melt in your mouth, spongy. Whenever I would go, now sometimes we had to get like the ones on sale, so it was a little bit stale, but I used to really love it. Jessica Tandy, that's the name of the woman. Yeah. Wonder Bread was huge for us. I'm glad you know it too. I'm just going to do a quick clip from TikTok. They're talking about like how Wonder Bread has been around for 100 years, and I thought it was kind of cool.
For 100 years old now, and it still makes nearly $500 million in sales for its parent company, Flowers Foods.
One squeeze proves we're the fresh guys.
When a brand has been around for a long time, the default assumption from consumers is this brand has to have a certain level of quality, otherwise it wouldn't be around for 100 years.
Wonder is one of America's most nostalgic brands, and in the early part of the 20th century, white bread accounted for as much as 30% of the American diet. But now, with so many healthier options on the market, white bread may not always be the go-to choice.
And that's where I had to cut it the F off, because I was like, you don't talk to me about better types of bread, more healthy types of bread. I want to go back to the Wonder Bread. Okay, let me see this. Espresso says, anyone remember using Wonder Bread to put on your feet before you put your feet in your boots to keep them warm? No. The bags? Oh, like putting on the bags? Or you mean actual bread on your feet? The bags, yes. I never did that myself, but I've heard of it. I don't remember ever doing that with bread. I remember doing it with onions, but that was like when you were sick. But that I totally buy it. Okay, the bags you use, yes, to put in your boots. I use different kinds of bags, but yes, sometimes Wonder Bread bags. I'm sure those would have been the best for sure. That's really cute. I thought you meant bread. I was like, really? Although I think stepping in Wonder Bread, that could be like an OnlyFans account, you guys, because Wonder Bread is this shiznit. Okay, we're going to listen to this woman. She's actually from Canada. Ivana is thinking of you. And she's a transsexual woman, and she transitioned in the 80s. But the main thing that I wanted to use her for, and it's a little bit long, but I cut some of it out. She's talking about how great thrift stores were in the 80s. And I really remember that and feel that. We got all my clothes, all my shit at either yard sales, or thrift stores. Okay. And I just remember it being so much more fun, so much more crazy ass stuff in the stores. And this woman's going to talk about it a little bit for us.
80, 81 thrift stores have ruined me. I will never forget it. It was 1981. I was 19 years of age, and I had just left Calgary for the second time and moved to Victoria this time because I'd already been to Vancouver. So I went back to
that was mainly her talking about like how she transitioned, and she is saying like people always say there's no people that transition back then, but I did transition in the 80s. I was a male to female transition. I just fast forwarded it because it was like really long, but you can always check her out on TikTok.
I went back out to the coast, but this time to Victoria, which is on Vancouver Island, and it was really gothic. It was so cool, and it was very, very British because it's named after Queen Victoria and stuff. That was the best time ever to be alive to be able to go to thrift stores. Because I will not go into them today. Because when we went in, this leather girl gang that I was in and stuff, it's like we would find stuff from Flappers and the Art Deco era, and it's like these amazing intricate gowns and stuff, and all of these like dead things type of things. So we're recycling furs and stuff and making them into weird things. We'd stick like big pins in them and stuff, and make coats and skirts and stuff, and that's all the stuff you could find back then. It was just crazy, and for next to nothing. Like you wouldn't have to pay much at all.
Yeah, for sure. I love thrift stores back in the 80s, at least in my neighborhood. I mean, we were in a poor neighborhood, so I don't know if that made like the difference, but we had amazing thrift stores and I miss them so much. Now it's like, I think the thrift stores are so picked through and everybody's looking for like the good stuff. So by the time you would get there as just a person who doesn't work at the thrift store, you just want to go through and see what you can find. You're not going to get much of the good stuff, number one. I still shop at thrift stores for my kids. I can't do it once we go abroad. Once we go abroad, I start like ordering stuff for them, like clothes. But when we're home, I always go to Goodwill and try to find t-shirts and all that kind of crap. I don't see any problem with it. I like it for myself too, if I can find some things. But no, it's not like the 80s. The 80s, it was like amazing. And I think so much stuff has gotten bought up and thrown away. And I really like that woman talking about it. I was going to point out that there's one recent movie. This is it, or it's kind of like a series. What is it called? Stranger Things. Okay, it's kind of about living in the 80s, and I have to tell you that is one of the only reasons why I love the shit out of that show. I'm not saying everybody should love that show because I have some issues with it, but I love it because it is about living in the 80s, and they just had a new season come out on Netflix, so I put a quick little scene from it here. I haven't watched the new season yet, but I did watch like I think the first and second season, and I was really into it because it reminded me of the 80s. They're riding their bikes everywhere. It was very nostalgic for me. Oh, and I didn't even leave the I didn't leave the volume on, but this is the news. Okay, so I just wanted to show it to you. There are still some 80s things around. That's a new show that came out. I wanted to take a look at 1980s wedding dresses because I miss them and they should bring them back, especially the fluffy shoulders. I love it. I think it's so cool. I don't think I could really wear it. I don't like all the itchiness. I remember I had to be like a bridesmaid in someone's. I had a dress just like this, only it was pink, and I was very little, and I was like a bridesmaid for someone. It was weird, but it was so itchy. I couldn't stand it. I love that music with it too. I also wanted to show you guys the 1980s JCPenney catalog. I freaking loved the JCPenney catalog. We couldn't afford anything in it, but we got it no matter what. We got the huge thick one at Christmas. And my favorite thing, I used to play this game. I think a neighbor taught it to me. It was a game where you go through the catalog and you circle. First off, you find someone that you want to be. So I might pick the girl with the blue dress and I would circle her and I'd be like, that's me when I grow up. And then I I'd go to like the men's section and I'd circle someone there and I'd be like, that's my husband when I grow up. And then I go to like the sofa section and circle a sofa and be like, that's my sofa when I grow up in my living room. And then you go through like and pick out clothes and shit like that. That was literally what I was busy doing in the 80s. Like all the time. That's how I kept myself busy. I loved the JCPenney's catalog. We're going to see some stuff in here. Roller skates, Sears catalog in Canada. It's the same type of thing. Same thing. These shoes are really nice. I actually would love to have these shoes now. I feel like things were better made back then too. These jumpsuits are so 80s for the gym. Atari. I never had an Atari, but I knew people that did. We definitely had a VCR. So they showed the VCR at the end. We had that, I think, by the end of the 80s. They're going to show some foods from the 80s. And I was interested if you guys were into it because I don't recognize these foods. We didn't have a microwave. These are almost all microwave foods. Someday I just know that love will lead you back to my arms where you You and Jack, Ivana, you guys need to start working. Maybe Jack, with his amazing brain, will eventually make the DeLorean and you two will ride together into the sunset back to the 80s. That would be great. One day you will find me again. You won't be long. One of these days our love will lead you back. I don't remember. Oh my God. Care Bear waffle. That was crazy. I moved it. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. Let me go back here. I want to Care Bear waffle. Care Bear waffle. I don't even know what it is. We'll play. We have that now. Care Bear waffles we definitely don't have now. And we need those back. Downy Flake, I'm going to write to them and be like, bring it on back. Because that's the one thing in this entire, like, oh my God, 80s commercials are the best too. Everything about the 80s. I miss it. Let's get through this and then we have one thing left. One of these nights, well, I'll hear your voice again. And you're going to say how much you miss me. You'll walk out this door. But someday you'll walk back in. Weight Watchers, I definitely remember. Oh my God. Pizzas. James's family is from Canada, Ivana, and they still make me English muffin pizzas, but like not freezer, like they make them. Okay, this is the last one. I just thought it was really cute and I like the song. If you were a teen in the 80s, I hope this is nostalgic for you. I was a little bit smaller, but I love this song. Now I'm towing my car. There's a hole in the roof. My possession causing me suspicion that there's no proof. In the paper today, tales of Warren and Weiss. You turn right over to the TV page. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. And then my final, oh my God, Ivana, this goes out to you. I added Prince to the end because day 11 is going to be all about Prince. And it's dedicated to you, Ivana. So in the next video I make, I'll be talking about day 11, something I'm grateful for, something that I love is Prince. And it's all because of my subscriber, Ivana, who introduced me to it. She's talked to me a lot about Prince and her overwhelming respect for him. And like she even, like every time something happens, like I'm making these Diddy videos now. And she like wrote a comment to me about how like, well, you know, Prince did have Diddy over once, but he immediately recognized this wasn't a good situation and never had him over again. And I just feel like Ivana knows what's up. Ivana has this kind of vibe about her that makes me happy. I've struggled a lot over the last couple of years. That's why I even do my, let me pull this up. That's why I even do my channel in the first place. It's like, I've told you, I'll just say it again. I'm tired of moving everywhere, leaving people behind, having to start over and over again with my kids. I keep doing it because I do think it's what's best for our family, but being able to take my YouTube channel with me and have these few people that are still a part of my life, really, it has kept me hanging on in certain ways. I just really appreciate a lot of you that have been here. I highly prefer to have less people come to my channel, but have like real, true people come in that I recognize and that have been here, and you guys just mean the world to me. Okay, so this was the 12th day of Christmas. I had a little bit of wine. I'm ready for bed. I hope all of you guys have a great day, and join me again. I'm not sure if it'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow we are doing like a whole Christmas party celebration for my son Jack. So I may have to do it another day. And like I said, I may do a couple of days in one day. We'll see. But the next day, number 11, will be all about Prince. Okay, I'm so glad that you guys were here. And like I said, sometimes holidays are hard, right? And that's part of why I'm doing this, is like, you think of something that makes you happy. I hope that the nostalgia of the 80s didn't make you too sad, but I hope that you can look at it like this is kind of a nudge to be like, hey, if you really loved the 80s and you have a lot of memories about it, give a loved one a call, a daughter, a sister, and be like, hey, I saw this thing about the 80s today and it reminded me of blah, blah, blah when we were little, and just see if they want to talk to you about it, or show your kids some pictures from the 80s, or be like, do you remember Care Bears? Someone was talking about that. I remembered you loved that. And it's just a way to like reconnect about it, because I don't have parents, left. My grandparents have passed away, and I miss them. And I think there are things that you can connect with through generations. Something that you can connect with is like a lot of the stuff we talked about here. It's funny, it's silly. I hope you give someone a call and let them know that you're thinking about them, and know that I'm thinking about you. Okay, because I'm so glad you were here for the 80s. All right, guys, we're gonna have fun on day 11, and after Prince, we'll be coming up with some other stuff, and it's just gonna be fun. It may not always be something you like, but it's cool to learn about things. So glad to see you. If you're still here, put something like, what is something that if you were doing the 12 days of Christmas, you would pick for one day? For Ivana, it's gonna be Prince. I made that your thing, Ivana. For me, it's kind of like the 80s. I might also pick Bob's Burgers. That's a show that I love right now. You let me know what's something that would like you feel grateful for, that makes you happy sometimes, just to like be around it, to watch it. Some people would say like going out. I just love to be in nature. Give me some of that shit, and maybe it'll show up in our 12 days of Christmas. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon. Bye.